couple, just to jog your memory a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just in case it rings any bells.
It does not.
No? No, that's fun.
Toss
Maybe
that to
once
the
I start
side.
talking. Dude, you know what we forgot to talk about in '07
Huh.
Warped Tour? The Freak Show tent.
I think we mentioned it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's that guy who was super nice to me that gave me a ride back from the Atlanta airport.
Oh,
And
he was part of the Freak Show?
Either Freak Show or Skull Candy.
I think you said it was Skull Tandy, but there was like, in case we didn't mention it, it wasn't there in '08, I don't
No,
think. But
I think it became like kind of taboo.
yeah, but there was a guy who was like completely dressed or like made himself into a lizard, had like implants and
Yeah, I
horns
remember that
and
guy.
stuff. That was wild. But yeah, it was weird seeing that around. Just 'cause,
He was just like wandering around.
yeah, like what the, you look like a lizard. I wonder why they got rid of that though. It was just too much.
Maybe, or it's just like not really in the
People
the
didn't
vibe.
like it as much.
Yeah, like, people probably weren't.
Skateboarding had gone down. Yeah, so I guess they were just like seeing what people were coming for and stuff. Most 303, pretty much. Only.
Oh man, I love 303.
Well, they ended up headlining every night because
Yeah.
yeah. You know who else was on the tour this year that I didn't even know was Day to Remember, but
I remember them being on there.
on there, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't catch them at
They
all.
weren't really my thing, but I listened back to them now. I'm like, there's no reason why I wouldn't have
I
liked
know,
them.
yeah, right, yeah. It's like there's a lot of stuff that I like in there.
Hey, this is Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch. That's AJ.
Hello,
This is,
everyone.
episode 65.
We're getting there. We're getting up there. We're up through. Oh my gosh, this is like we're up through 10 years of memories here. We're on our second tour around the country. We left off. Mitch was a prick to Katy Perry. Last tour in Virginia Beach.
Stickler for the rules.
If you see this year, right now, this episode, I'm wearing a Music Over Matters shirt. Buddy of mine makes these based out of Florida. His company. I just thought it was fitting because it's a Warped Tour logo. It's not '08 Warped Tour, but it's close. It's close enough. It's something. Check out Music Over Matter if you so choose. Yeah, cool. There you go.
Nice plug.
Branding out of the way.
Solidly done.
Yeah.
Our sponsors will be pleased.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't the best. I really like his shirts, though. I'm being honest, but yeah. Okay, so we're starting off July 16th here. So we're almost a month in. I think we started on June 20th this year. Columbia, Maryland. This is that one that's like technically the DC one. So it's like really wooded. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah.
Do you remember this day too much?
No, but I think that's because the 07 was so
07,
eventful.
Yeah.
That I only remember those ones.
I don't remember this one
I do
too
think
much.
this was where I got the tattoo on my forearm.
Oh, okay. So you got tattooed that day? Oh my God. What's the band? They were a piggyback band last year. They filled in for Fathom one day. No bragging rights. Were they on this year as well? Did they follow the tour again?
Maybe?
I can't remember. I know they did '07, but I feel like I remember them selling water bottles outside, but I'm not sure if that was this year or the year before. Well, okay, I don't remember anything on that day, so we don't have to talk about it.
Hey.
Cleveland, Ohio. This venue was always so weird to me. It was weird getting to. It was like super in like the heart of the city, like just super industrial, right? There was a hailstorm the year before, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah. We didn't get to do the family stage. There's just literally nowhere to set it up this year. However, they let us play on the Kevin Says stage. So that was a big bump up from the year prior of not playing. I remember you had some friends come out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a girl that I had been like kind of semi-dating
Yeah.
in Long Beach who was from Ohio, and she just happened to be home.
Just happened to be there. Okay. There's some
So
cool
she came
pictures
out.
of you and I remember from that day and stuff. But that was really fun. I think the main thing I remember, if I'm remembering this day correctly, was this one was like near a bunch of like freeway underpasses.
Yeah.
Our roadie, Cody the roadie, was a big skateboarder, and he took his skateboard and was like using the underpass, one of the pillars, as a half pipe.
Huh.
I don't know if you remember that at all.
Not really.
So he was doing that, but that was pretty cool. Not like he was doing any crazy tricks, but that's kind of dangerous because if he had fallen off the side, that's a pretty far fall.
Yeah. The fact that he could do it at all is impressive. to
Very
me.
impressive. Yeah. So good job, Cody. Yeah. That was like the main
Did he
memory
ever
that
get
day.
to ride like the actual skate stage, skate ramp?
I don't know. I'd
I
have
feel
to
like
ask
I feel like he
him.
might have. Maybe not like during the day.
Yeah, you would think they would have let us do it at the end, but
Yeah.
none of us were skateboarders
Yeah.
enough to do it. We would have
Wouldn't have dared try.
we would have died
Yeah,
right away.
but he might have like, hey, can I hit that half pipe real quick?
That would have been a jackass moment. Yeah.
I tried dropping in on a quarter pipe once when I was like 11.
How'd that go?
It was terrible.
Yeah?
Exactly as you'd imagine. Straight down on my face.
I feel like
I'd never try it again.
we need to. I'm about to get all of our old Jackass, ours was called High on Life tapes, digitized. I'm just gonna put all of James's up there first.
Yeah, obviously.
Straight up, he's gonna be so mad at me. No.
Tag him on LinkedIn.
I think we'll need to. We're gonna need to talk about those when I get those up because those are heavily podcast inspired.
That feels like a bonus episode.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh my god!
I know I recently said fuck those, never doing them again, but yeah, we'll do one for High on Life.
For that, yeah. Oh my god, too many good things on there. All right from. Oh my god, never mind. This was not a huge day, but we ended up having to play twice this day. Just saw in my notes. Do you remember that weird ass piggyback band that like was like put together like a boy band that was like following the tour?
Kind of, yeah. It was like they didn't know each other until they were assembled as a band.
And the manager was there, and he was just some weird old like 50-year-old like New York guy.
Mm-hmm. They were his investment.
Yeah, I feel like he had like yellow teeth or something. But,
sounds right.
But they like had an RV and they followed the whole tour trying to sell stuff, and they would set up shows in cities at night after the tour and try and get people to come to the shows, which, gonna be honest, doesn't sound like a good idea.
If you've been at Warped Tour all day, is that really what you want to do with your night?
Yeah, but so at one point they Chaser's singer had already like booked a Chaser's singer already had like 2 kids at this point, and he had booked like a family vacation and was already paid for. So they like didn't play for a week, and he flew off to do the vacation, and they let this band buy Chaser's spot.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember them at all.
No.
They were really weird. The band put together was really weird. But the manager came up and asked us if we wanted to play with them at night at the show they had set up. And we were like, oh, I don't fucking want to play with these guys. This is so weird. But we were like, well.
But obviously we said yes.
We were like, we could use some money. Because we had just gotten, super screwed before the tour. So we were like, all right. If we can have $100, we should have asked for more, but we didn't. We never got paid anything.
Yeah.
I told the manager, he was like really trying to get us to play, and I was like, if you pay us $100, we'll come play with you guys tonight. So he agreed. Mm-hmm. Probably was a stupid idea for you.
Yeah, in retrospect, that was a very bad idea.
Yeah, again, we were all just like thinking, how are we going to pay that credit card off, I guess, at this point. But and I remember the singer of this band, he got the bedroom in the RV all to himself.
I do remember.
Do you remember that? Which I thought was really lame of him. But
I remember being like jealous, but also just like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you literally just like got thrown into this thing. Like, you're not special.
You're not even on the tour.
Yeah. And I remember him complaining. He's like, dude, complaining to the manager because they had to pass out flyers all day to this show. It was at a place called the Hi-Fi. And I remember complaining to the manager. He was like, dude, nobody's going to come. They've been here at a festival all day. Why are we doing this? This is stupid. And he's like, I just handed out like 1,500 flyers. There's going to be people there. There's nobody there.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I don't think we've ever played to so few people.
Which
before.
is saying something.
Yeah. Like, we've had some bad ones. If you listen back to earlier episodes, we've played to like 2, 3 people. There was literally nobody there. There might have been one other band on the bill.
But he handed out 1,500 flyers.
Nobody came from Warped Tour. This was his dumbest move. Yeah. So whoever invested in this guy and thought this was a good idea was just, they paid to like print flyers for this and everything. Yeah. So we played at the Hi-Fi. I remember just being so god awful tired. There's pictures of us. We're all throwing in the towel on this set. Nobody's performing.
Yeah.
I think there's pictures of me like just sitting on the stage beforehand, like. And the only thing I remember really, besides like just not giving a fuck about this, just being like, I think it's the first time I've ever like maybe might be the only time where I just did not try that set. I was like, just
You're playing for literally nobody.
yeah, I'm so not happy about this right now. And while we were loading up, I think everybody went back inside. I think you guys went to go watch the other band, but I laid down on the trailer door. We had a trailer door that like came out this way.
Yeah, like a drawbridge.
A drawbridge, and I fell asleep on the door while you guys were inside watching this time. I was like,
guarding our gear.
yeah, doing a great job guarding the gear. Which I think at the beginning of this tour we said that we borrowed 98 Meats trailer again. Not true. I saw the pictures and it totally jogged my memory. Indictment Tom, who I was just hating at this point for all the reasons that I talked about, but he actually, I think we borrowed a trailer from one of his other bands.
Yeah, I saw a picture that you put up recently.
The Easy Kill, I think,
yeah,
or something.
It had somebody's name on the side of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, we're advertising them while we drive across the country.
Yeah. So it's not a Lura trailer, but this one had a drop down, and I fell asleep on that while I was guarding the gear. So, but I was very not happy. But we got paid $100. Sold no merch because literally 0 people were there.
Yeah.
That might have been the worst show ever.
I must have blocked it out of my mind. I remember this guy and I remember the whole situation, but I don't remember even doing this show. I only remember like so 2 non-Warped shows during Warped Tour.
Well, the Pepper one
I remember
from the year
the Pepper
before.
one and I remember the Texas
Jiggers
4th of July one.
Jiggers, yeah. This one, there's pictures of it so on Facebook, so you can see them. I'll post them on our
that'll probably
pages.
jog something.
Yeah, and I remember like seeing the sign behind us, like hi-fi, but I just remember being so mad that we like did it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it did you no favors.
Put some more city miles on my throat.
Yeah. Perfect thing to do for $100.
Worthwhile.
Yeah. Okay. I think this might have all been our favorite one. I think was this the last day of the 10-day stretch? It was. So this was your last day of the 10-day stretch, or ours, in Detroit. We played at Tiger Stadium again. Mm-hmm. Last year we didn't get to play because there was nowhere to set up, the family stage. We got on 2 days in a row. We got on the Kevin Says stage. Mm-hmm. Very, very exciting stuff. This one, so again, it's all in the parking lot, but this day they decided to they'd put all of the merch inside Tiger Stadium, the baseball stadium.
Yeah.
All on what you said it last time. I said this last year. What is that middle section where you can walk through? Like there's like the bottom bleachers, and then there's like a walking section, and then there's the top.
I don't know. It's like the area where you get food and stuff when you're at a baseball game.
That's where all the merch is, and there's coverage, so we're not dying of heat this day and everything. But we sold so much stuff last year, and this year we crushed it even more. I wrote it in the article. We sold 151 CDs that day.
I remember that.
Yeah, and over 50 shirts. So I think we made like over $1,200 or something. We were just
insane,
so stoked. But it almost kind of put a strain on you and I more or whatever this day. First off, so the set was like, this might've been our biggest crowd besides like, when the line had to watch us on the family stage. But there was a ton of people watching us, but as we said, 10-day stretch, 11 shows in a row for us. Cause we did that stupid off day show, which I can't believe we agreed to that. We should not have done that. Either that or we should have like done it like an acoustic or instrumental set for you, but dumb, my bad. I would assume it's my fault. I don't know if that was, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I was going like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So either way. But so the set, like we did good. There was a ton of people watching us, but again, 11 in 10 days, you were just cooked.
Dead.
You were dead. And I remember even at one point, I remember distinctly this day, Taylor just turning around to Chris and be like, sing. Like just then, like you were done. But then one of your exes came to the show because she had moved out to Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah. And you had, I don't know what it was. You were just like bummed because, how things were going, but you had hung out with her. You like hung out with her all day and you weren't at the tent helping us. And we did so well. And you came back. I was like, dude, look what we did. Like we sold 151 CDs. And you were like, damn, it's almost like maybe you guys are like I should just not be at the merch booth every day, huh? Or something like that, alluding to like you not being there. And that was like the last thing that like I needed to hear at that point. And I was just kind of like, oh, you motherfucker. Just like, so that just kind of rose my level.
Feels like more. A pretty innocuous thing to say.
Yeah, I don't know, but for some reason I had it in my head of like,
thanks for pointing out that you didn't help.
Yeah, basically, like you should have been here after that set, like, and yeah, I know like, you're just chilling with your girl. I was like, so I was, that like, yeah, I think we were all both of us again not actually talking about anything, just like adults.
This was when we stayed at her mom's house that night.
We did. So we had a 10-day. This one, I have a couple more stories about this, but we did stay at her house. So this was the end of a 10-day stretch, and then the tour was going into Canada. So we had a night off, or at least we did, because Fletcher told us not to go there again.
Yeah.
Two other memories of this one before we go on that. I went and talked to Anti-Flag was on the tour that year. We were all such big Anti-Flag fans, which, given recent events, super bums me out.
We didn't know anything about any of that stuff.
Neither did his band members.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
Yeah, it sucks.
I hate it because it, like, really, they had such a huge impact on me. So I hate that all of this came out. But we all loved them, covered their songs all the time. But I went over, and the drummer, Pathetic, was hanging out in their tent. And I, for some reason, got some courage to go up and, like, say hi to him and introduce myself. And he was, like, so not, like, on stage, he's, like, he makes all these weird faces. He's just, like, looks super locked in.
Yeah.
And he was just so easygoing and just laid back. And I was like, I don't know where I got the courage to say anything to him. I was like, dude, I love Angry, Young, and Poor. Are you guys going to play that at all on this tour? And he was like, man, that's a jam, man. That song's a jam. But we haven't practiced it in so long. I don't think we're going to do it. I was like, oh, damn. But I was really excited to talk to him that day. Before we get to what you were talking about, at the end of it, Fletcher came up to me and it was like, how fast can you learn my set? And I was like, I didn't want to be like, I know it. Like, give me 5 minutes.
Already
done. But he asked, I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, we're going to Canada and I don't know if I can get in. Like, would you be able to fill in for me if I can't get in? I was like, yeah, fucking, yeah, whatever. I mean, I already probably knew, like, at one point I knew the entire self-titled album all by myself. Like, I think I knew almost everything. And if not, power chords, like I got this.
You can figure it out.
Yeah, he let me play Bro Him With Him last time. I already know that one. But so he was worried that he wasn't going to get across the border, and then he was going to have the 98 mute guitar player fill in, but there was something wrong with his flight or something, and they didn't know if he was going to make it. So I was actually going to fly out to Boston ahead of you guys to see my girlfriend because she was meeting us out there. Mm-hmm. But if Fletcher had called, I would just be like, well, I'm going to Canada now.
I got to go be in Pennywise.
Yeah, I got to go play with Pennywise for 2 shows or whatever. So he was going to call me the next day. But it turned out they let him through this time.
Okay.
So I was slightly bummed. But, oh, good for you.
I'm glad that happened for you.
But that was really cool for him to ask me, though. I was just over the moon right there.
You know that you're like that close.
Yeah, exactly. After all that and stuff. That was really rad. But yeah, so back to what your point is. That was my last memory of the day. We did go to your ex's house and we stayed there. I don't know how long you guys stayed there for. Because like I said, I flew out the next morning to go. We were going to stay at a friend of my girlfriend's house in Boston. So we knew we had the week off. So we planned, I was going to go, see her and hang out with her for like the week. And you guys were just going to drive out afterwards. And I remember I was like, okay, so we're going to use this week. You're going to try and rest up. Let's try and, I'm leaving. Let's try and, can we not drink or whatever? Mm-hmm. And I don't remember this, or maybe I don't think I was gone at this point, but Cody remembers buying a 30-pack of Natty Ice on the first night, and you guys got just completely obliterated. And he said it was like probably the worst hungover he's ever had in his life. Drinking those the next morning, like you guys were just hurting. So I was like, oh great. that's not
Outstanding
going.
start.
Yeah, this is going off. This is gonna be great. Cool. But I didn't find that out till later. But the only other memory I have from my end, or I guess I have two memories. I gave Taylor the band credit card. Mm-hmm. Or debit card, I guess, because the credit card was maxed out. And I was like, this is for gas. Like, obviously we're in a fucking pinch. Like, this is for gas. This is only for gas. This is it. And I gave it to him. And then I found out when you guys got out to Boston that he had bought Chris and Cody tickets to see The Dark Knight with it.
What?
And you guys all went and saw it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, hindsight, we absolutely owed Cody a ticket to The Dark Knight. But I didn't think band members should be like, this is even. We're all fucked together.
Yes.
So I didn't want anybody like getting anything. So I was really mad at Taylor for buying them tickets, but what can you do? But do you remember anything else about your time out there?
Not really. I just remember being weird because we're staying at my ex's mom's basement.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so it was a weird situation. Probably why I overdrank.
Probably, yeah.
I don't remember really partying because we were just like sitting in a basement.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
That's
take
what
much.
you guys did at that point.
It doesn't take much natty ice to get hungover.
Really?
Yeah. Like they're just super alcoholic trash beers.
Do those taste good?
No.
Yeah.
No, they're really bad. It's like it's the cheap beer when you want to get drunk.
Like fat? Oh, is it high alcohol?
High
content?
alcohol percentage.
Okay.
That's what the ice means.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I don't remember getting hammered. I remember having like a weird vibe that like Cody and my ex were like kind of talking, which I had no claims over this ex-girlfriend from like 6 years earlier.
Yeah.
But I remember getting like weirdly jealous, and then like they would be talking and hanging out, and I just like, what are we talking about? Pop down with them.
I'm sure the natty ice was helping that too.
It's a lot of stuff that like makes me cringe thinking about it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretch much all.
That's all you remember.
Yeah,
so,
I remember her mom really didn't like me because I was.
What's there to like? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't let her play frisbee.
This was the same girl. This is probably episode like 5 that you had taken to prom, and you didn't want to play with Ignite because you didn't want her. She was flying out from Detroit to go to prom with you, so we said no to opening for Ignite.
Okay, so I was a really good boyfriend.
Yeah, that's you weren't even together, but that's just very nice of you. But,
yeah.
Yeah. So I flew ahead to Boston, and I saw The Dark Knight as well. That's my memory of that, just being like, this is like the coolest movie ever.
Yeah, we've all got to make sure we see it.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone was well on board. Like, well, yeah, now this is what we're using our time off for. And then you guys all came out a few days later. I do have a lot of memories of that, just like us hanging out, like, and that I like that city a lot.
Yeah, I remember hanging out on like a rooftop patio.
Yeah, she had a rooftop patio. My girlfriend's friend did. Two main things I remember besides seeing Dark Knight was, so I think this is a callback. I started this trend off. I think it was like episode like 10 or something when Chris, my brother, and I went to England, and I said that every time that Slipknot puts out something new, I'm like on the road somewhere. And so the first time when I heard the first song off Subliminal Verses, they put out Welcome on like a magazine sampler. So I was in England when the first song from Subliminal Verses came out. And now this time, this is 4 years later, 2008, Slipknot's about to put out the All Hope Is Gone album. And they just put out the Psychosocial video, and I remember all of us crowding around the computer to watch that for the first time.
I remember laughing at the keg bat move.
The keg, yeah. Yeah.
Dun 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 ding. Dun, 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 dun.
But so first time I'm in England. Next time they put out music, I'm in Boston on the road. So that was my note. I noted it the second time there. I don't know if this is that interesting, but to me it's happened
super not interesting
for almost 20 years now. So I was like, whatever. It's a story. You're gonna keep hearing about it. Yeah. But so my main memories of Boston is Slipknot and The Dark Knight, which
Did we even play in Boston, or did we just like stop there on the way somewhere else?
So I'll get there in a second, but coincidentally,
sorry.
my two memories are Slipknot and the Dark Knight, and Corey Taylor, the singer, has a Dark Knight tattoo on his.
Whoa. What does it mean?
He likes it too. He has a Joker tattoo.
Cool.
Yeah. That's not interesting either. But anyways, so the tour doesn't actually go through Boston. We play in Mansfield, which I think we had to drive like 45 minutes north to get there. So we had a week break. So I think Sam went off. He had to get like a radiator or like a hose. Like we had like a pin-sized hole in the radiator hose, and it was just spraying out fluid like no other. So he had to go get that fixed this morning before we played. But I do remember this one. This was the start of a 12-day stretch. So we did 10. You had a week off, or we all did, and then 12. I just remember you sounding better this day, not like 100%.
Like I'd had a week
But
off.
You'd had a week off, even though I heard you were drinking. I was like, and I remember you drinking in Boston as well, so I was nervous, but you sounded better this day. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like, maybe he's out of it.
It's all fixed.
Maybe he's fixed. Like, it wasn't like 100%, but I was like, okay, you sound better. Great. Okay, maybe the last half's going to be great and stuff. So yeah, that's where we're going to end it. The only other thing I remember, I totally thought this was later. However, this memory is tells me this is different because Taylor had brought a camera on this tour and he was filming a bunch of shit, but he left it at the house in Boston. We never got it back. Oh. And it got lost to time, so we never saw any of the footage.
I do kind of remember there being a video camera everywhere, but I never saw
there
any
was.
footage.
The main reason I remember that is because one night that we got a hotel, I don't know what you were doing or if you were drunk or whatever, but you remembered it the next morning, but you insisted that you and I race.
Oh, no, I wasn't drunk. I remember that.
You thought you could beat me in a race.
I have incredible burst speed. I'm super fast for like 10 feet.
Taylor filmed the race. So and I remember watching it in Boston and us so much.
Did I fall down or something, or did you just beat me?
I beat you, but at the end, after I beat you, your pants fell down at the end of the race. So you were finishing the race, like pulling your pants back up.
Then it deserves to be laughed at. It's because they fit when the tour started.
Yeah.
They're fucking emaciated.
And we weren't even in like basketball shorts. You were just in like regular clothes. So
Yeah. I see pictures that you're putting up, and I was like, "Oh no, I remember those shorts."
Yeah.
My weird little like black and gray checker ones, and all these shorts that are like a terrible look.
I had a Sin City shirt, and I completely forgot about that. But yeah, those are in the pictures too. Had some cool stuff back in the day. Yeah. But so that camera got lost, and unfortunately our race is gone. So you could have just pretended it didn't happen.
Yeah, if anybody asks, I won.
Yeah, you won. Mitch won. Mitch won, and he wasn't mean to Katy Perry.
And my pants stayed up.
Of all the things.
Weird that I have to clarify that, but my pants didn't fall down.
I feel like you so didn't need this tour.
I was just getting chopped down constantly.
Of all the things that happen.
That's why I've been so excited to run this series with you.
Hey, you've had some really great moments.
Yeah.
But pants falling down racing me is not
a race that I demanded.
I still don't get that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lost the time though. Yeah. All right. Well, that's episode 65. We just started. That's show 1 of a 12-day stretch.
It's probably going to end really well.
Yeah, it's going to go great. It can't be anything. Yeah. Nothing else bad happens ever in our musical careers to either of us.
Yes.
From this point on.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye
Bye everyone.